Namaste Gurukulians, hope you all are fit and fine at home. So today we will start a new topic, that is for the 8th class and chapter number 8, which is called the Adolescence. It is very interesting chapter. Adolescence, it is a very interesting chapter. So you will study in this chapter about the different things, how the growth of the human beings, or the you, me, your father, mother, grandfather, sister, how they become adult, and what are the changes and the reason behind the changes. What is the reason behind it, that we will study in this chapter. So first tell me about you, or think about you, that is when you are in 6th class and now the difference when you are in 8th class. What is the difference you have found in your thinking, in your body structures? Okay, so is there any changes you have seen now, and at that time when you are in 6th class or in 5th class, so have you seen some changes in your body, in your physical structure, in your mental ability? So definitely you have found it about these changes. So can you judge that one? वो changes क्या है? What is the change, that changes which now you will find out whenever you are in 6th class, that is not be that. For example, the first change, that is in the boys. The boys box, or you can say the change in the boys. Whenever you are in 5th class, तब के साउंड में और अब के साउंड में कितना डिफरेंस है? Why these changes are there? Now you are going to be a adolescence. Okay. So if we are talking about, you have seen your childhood photographs. Have you seen, everyone in the album, you have seen the childhood photographs when you are infant? The first stage of you is, that is infant, when you cannot be walk on your feet, on your legs, you are crawling that one. So that stage is called the infant. After that, you grown up. You can walk on your feet, okay, and you can also be play. आप कुछ शरारतें करना शुरू कर देते हो. You can be understood the things. That stage of that one, that stage of the child, that is called the toddler stage. So after the infant, the stage which is changes, that is called the toddler. One to 5 approximately. This year, the age is, that is an infant is there, and after the 5, that is a toddler is there. After that, these characteristics, the toddler characteristics is transferred to the, that is, which one? That is called the adolescence, which we will study, which is your age. जो आपकी age है, that is called the, what we call that? That is called the adolescence. Now, you can be imagine, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक पहुंचने में, you have seen a number of changes, the number of changes in the characteristics also. Okay, so we will study about adolescence in this chapter. After the adolescence, the person that is changed into a adult. आपके बड़े भाई बहन होंगे जो टीनेजर एज से, इसको हम जो adolescence एज होती है, इसको हम टीनेजर एज भी बोलते हैं. टीनेजर. अब टीनेजर क्यों बोलते हैं? Because it is 11, 12, 13. It is started from the 13, 14, 15, 16, up to a 19. Up to a 19, there is a teen is there at the end. So that's why it is also we call the teenager age. So 19 तक जो है वो changes आती रहती whenever the school time is completed, you can say school time is completed and you are going to the colleges, then the adult, you can say adult phase is started. After the adult phase, the last one is the elderly. That is the elderly stage is there. जिसको आप लोग बुढ़ापा भी बोल सकते हो. आपके दादा दादी जो है वो लास्ट स्टेज पे है. एग्जैक्टली एवरी वी कैन से हमारे चारों तरफ जो भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म है all have to face these changes. The changes now which you have feel, जो आप अभी फील कर रहे हो, that everyone that have to go this process, इस changes के through इस adolescence में everyone have to be go through. Maybe आपके mother, आपके father, brother, sister, everyone have to go that. Now it is your time. You also have to face these phases. Some have, कुछ को लगता है कि what are the changes? चिड़चिड़ापन भी हो जाता है, गुस्सा भी आना शुरू हो जाता है. तुम लोग जब छोटे थे तो किसी चीज पे कन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं करते थे, बोलते नहीं थे. जैसे पेरेंट्स आपको जो बोलेंगे यू हैव टू बी, आप उसी चीज को सच, बट अब उसी चीज को सच मान लेते थे. योर मेंटल, यू कैन से दैट इज अ डेवलपमेंट इज नॉट एट दैट टाइम. आप अपने आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं करते थे. नाउ यू आर आर्ग्यू फॉर दैट थिंग ऑल्सो. Because due to these changes, some characteristics are feeling, हमारी thinking, everything that can be changes. Now, how that can be changes, or what is the thing which is responsible to all these things? You know about, in previous classes, you have studied about the digestive system. You also study about the something about the reproduction also. Okay. So you have studied the topic that is hormones. Definitely आपने hormones को पढ़ा होगा. So there are, for these changes, इस changes को हम क्या बोलते हैं? That is also be due to the hormonal changes there. At that age, ये teenager age जो होती है और the adolescence age जो होती है, there is a number of changes because in our body there are some glands are present inside our body. You know that what is a gland, or you can say the organ. The glands are present there. और ये glands जो होते हैं, these are responsible to secrete a chemical. ये chemical release करते हैं directly into our blood. हमारे blood में directly secrete करते हैं, which is called that chemical substance. उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? That is called the hormones. Hormones is a chemical secretion or the chemical substances. Chemical substances that is released directly in the blood. वो directly किसमें release होते हैं? हमारे blood में. And due to that one, there is a different changes inside our body. ये जो सारी changes होती है. For example, at this age, there is a growing of the hair inside our body, and also you can say there is a change in our voice also be there. Okay. Sometimes at their age, कुछ लोगों को pimples भी हो जाते हैं. So that is whenever you go to the doctor, आपने अपनी class में there are a number of students are there. You can see the different changes are there in their body structure. So all these things due to the glands which is present inside our body and that secrete our hormones, and that hormones are the chemical substance, okay, that is secreted directly in our blood, and due to these things there is a changes in our body. So one by one we will study about these systems. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? That is called the endocrine gland system. What we call that? Endocrine gland system. So now we will study the next topic, that is the endocrine system and hormones. Endocrine So one by one we will study about the different types of the, it is all endocrine system, it is made up of the different, you can say that is a different type of a glands. For examples, कौन-कौन से glands हैं जो हम पढ़ेंगे? There is a pituitary glands, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, then adrenal gland, next is pancreas is also a gland, then there is a testes which is found only in male, testes and the ovaries, that is only found in male and the ovaries, that is found in the female. Okay, so what happens, all these the same male and female, if we are talking about the boys and the girls, pituitary glands, thyroid gland, adrenal glands and the pancreas, they the same are present there. Only the difference is that is in the reproductive system. So the hormones which is responsible to mature our reproductive system, that is the glands which is present, testes in male, it is not be present in female, and ovaries in female, it is not be present in the male. So that is the reproductive or the difference in the only the reproductive organ you can also say. So all the combination of these glands, ये जो combination है, that is called the endocrine system. That is include the different type of glands, and these are responsible for the secretion of the hormones. Every glands that is responsible for the different secretion of the hormones, for the different type of the hormone, and that is responsible for the secretion of different chemicals. So let us start from first the pituitary glands. Pituitary gland is also be called the master glands because it can be control भी करता है. It is also be called the master gland. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? मास्टर ग्लैंड. क्यों बोलते हैं? Because it can be control all the other glands, secretion of the other glands also. For example, thyroid gland की secretion को भी ये क्या करता है? It can be control the secretion of the thyroid gland. So that's why it is called the master gland. अगर ये रिलीज करेगा आपके हार्मोन्स, then it can be activate the other glands. जो बाकी glands हैं, उन glands को ये activate करेगा. Then the other glands that can be show the, that can be, you can say that can be release the different chemicals. So where it is present? It is present in a base of the brain. ये हमारे brain में present होता है. So that's why it is called the master gland also. The another reason because it can be control the secretion of the different chemicals of the other gland also. Okay. Now what is the thing? What is it is responsible? It can be released. These glands release the, that is TSH and the GH. GH is called the growth hormones and TSH, that is the thyroid stimulation hormones. Thyroid stimulation hormones. So what happens? The growth of the body. This is the growth hormones. The growth of the body that is responsible, that is done by the pituitary gland that release the GH hormones, and that is for the growth. जैसे जैसे हम बड़े होते हैं हमारी बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर में ग्रोथ होती है, and also the other organs that is also be doing. छोटे होते हैं तो ऑर्गन छोटे होते हैं, धीरे धीरे बड़े होते हैं तो हमारे ऑर्गन्स भी क्या होते जाएंगे? बड़े होते जाएंगे, उनकी ग्रोथ होती जाएगी. थायराइड सिक्रेशन हार्मोन means that can be control the secretion of the thyroid gland. So that's why because of this one, the thyroid gland जो होगा वो हार्मोन जो है वो रिलीज करता है. The next one after the pituitary gland, which one is there? Which is the second gland is there? that is the thyroid. Thyroid gland is present in our neck. ये हमारे नेक में यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होता है. That is present in our neck. It can be release the hormone which is responsible or which can be also secrete the thyroxine. ये कौन सा केमिकल रिलीज करता है? Thyroxine, which is released by the thyroid gland, and it control the metabolism of the growth. हमारा मेटाबॉलिज्म होता है जो केमिकल रिएक्शंस होती हैं inside our body. So that can be control that growth and also help in the respiration. Deficiency, if there is a deficiency of the thyroxine, there is a goiter is there. तो goiter जो होता है हमारी neck जो है वो बहुत बड़ी swelling आ जाती है. That can be swelling. So that is due to the thyroid gland. The next one is the adrenal gland is there. That is present on the top of the kidney. There is a pair of the kidney is there. हमारी दो किडनी होती है तो किडनी के ऊपर such gland is present there, and it is responsible for the हमारा रोना, हमारा हंसना, हमारे अंदर कुछ आपने देखा होगा there are different feelings are there. कुछ बहुत जल्दी जो है इमोशनल हो जाते हैं. कई बार आप टीवी पे कोई we know that is not actual things. हमें पता है वो चीजें एक्चुअल में नहीं है. वो एक तरह का क्या है? That is a you can say that is a drama is there. Okay? हमें पता है वो सच में नहीं हो रहा है लेकिन फिर भी वो फीलिंग्स आ जाती हैं. So why? This is due to the adrenal gland that release our hormones. आगे डॉग भी देखते हैं. कई बार हम रोड पे जा रहे हैं, अचानक से अगर बाई चांस रोड पे जा रहे हैं, वो स्ट्रे डॉग होते हैं, आप उनको देख के डर जाते हैं. फिर धीरे धीरे क्या होता है वो कंट्रोल, पहले एकदम से डर जाओगे, देन आफ्टर दैट यू कैन बी ओवरकम दैट. तो जब वो हमारी बॉडी में whenever we are seeing such a situation, so that can be released. एड्रेनल ग्लैंड जो होता है वो हार्मोन्स रिलीज करता है हमारी बॉडी में, और उसकी वजह से ही ड्यू टू दैट थिंग वी कैन बी फील वो डर, वो नर्वसनेस जो होती है वो हमारी बॉडी में, रोना, हंसना, नर्वसनेस, ऑल दीज थिंग दैट इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय द एड्रेनल ग्लैंड. नेक्स्ट वन इज अ पेनक्रियास. You have studied in the digestive system about the pancreas. It is a leaf-like structure is there. ये लीवर की exactly नीचे होता है. What it can be release the insulin. ये क्या रिलीज करता है? इंसुलिन. ये हार्मोन रिलीज करता है. It can be balance the sugar level inside our body. Have you listened about the diabetic patient or the sugar patient? Sugar patient में क्या होता है? पेनक्रियास जब इंसुलिन रिलीज करना बंद कर देता है या कम रिलीज करता है, then the sugar level inside our body, जो ग्लूकोज का लेवल है हमारी बॉडी में वो इंक्रीज हो जाता है. So if the diabetic patient are suffer such type of a problem, they have to take a medicine. जो मेडिसिन लेते हैं, इंजेक्शन लेते हैं, that is a with the help of that one the insulin is that is secrete नहीं बोल सकते, that is release in the body through the injection or through the medicine. Okay, so in this way the pancreas that release the insulin in the body which can be control the sugar level of the body. So that's why it is very very important. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम अपनी बॉडी में how can be, so that's why in that age, ये आपकी जो adolescence age होती है, you need a what balanced diet. आपको हर चीज खानी चाहिए. उस चीज के लिए नखरे नहीं करने, मम्मा मुझे ये नहीं खाना, मुझे ये नहीं खाना. यू हैव टू टेक एवरीथिंग. हर चीज एक बैलेंस डाइट में क्या होता है? कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, फैट्स, एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू बी ईट. अगर आप सारी चीजें खाओगे, सीजनल चाहे फ्रूट्स हो गए चाहे वेजिटेबल्स होगी, इफ यू टेक एवरीथिंग, दाल भी खानी है, रोटी भी खानी है, चावल भी खानी है, यू डोंट हैव टू बी गो थ्रू द जंक फूड. आजकल बच्चे जंक फूड की तरफ ज्यादा अट्रैक्टिव है. सो ड्यू टू दैट थिंग ये हमारी बॉडी में जो ग्लैंड्स होते हैं ये एट दैट टाइम इफ वी आर नॉट टेकिंग, हम ज्यादा मैगी खा रहे हैं, नूडल्स खा रहे हैं, बर्गर खा रहे हैं, सो दैट इज नॉट प्रोवाइड द प्रोटीन्स और द प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिशन टू आवर बॉडी. सो वी कैन नॉट बी मेक अ बैलेंस. और ये ग्लैंड जो होते हैं एट अ सर्टेन एज दैट कैन बी रिलीज अ हार्मोन्स. ये हार्मोन्स हमारी बॉडी के बाकी लेवल्स को क्या करते हैं? दैट कैन बी मेक अ बैलेंस. तो अगर पेनक्रियास इंसुलिन प्रॉपरली सिक्रीट कर रहा है, then there is a no problem of the diabetes. But whenever it is not release the insulin inside body, then the sugar level is increases. That is the reason behind it. Okay. The next one, there are two different types of the glands, which is called the testes. Testes, it is present in the male only, and that release the hormone which is called the testosterone. Testosterone. ये हार्मोन रिलीज करता है which can be responsible to the development of the reproductive system of the male. The same way, the ovaries that is present in the female, or it can be released the hormone estrogen, which is responsible for the reproductive growth in female. That can be helped to release the ovum or the ova inside the body of the. And there are number of changes we will study in our next lecture. वो changes क्या होते हैं male and female में, we will study in the next lecture. So up to today you have to go through the different types of the endocrine glands. First gland what we have studied, that is called the pituitary gland, which is also called the master gland. The second one is the thyroid gland, which is present in our neck. Pituitary gland is present in our brain. Second is thyroid, which is present in the neck, that release the thyroxine. वो thyroxine release करता है, which is also help in the secretion or in the metabolism of the respiration and the other system also. And the next one is, after the thyroid, there is adrenal gland is there, that is on the top of the kidney. Kidney के ऊपर एक organ present होता है, which is the adrenal gland is there. And that is responsible for the sorrow, for the laughter, for our feelings, हमारा डर, हमारी nervousness, that is all controlled by the adrenal gland. Next one is the pancreas. Pancreas that release the insulin, which control the sugar level of the body. The next one is the testes and the ovaries. Testes is present only in the male, which is responsible and the development of the growth of reproductive system in a male. On the other hand, ovaries, which is present only in the female, and that release the estrogen hormones, which is responsible for the reproductive growth of female. So these are the complete endocrine system in human beings. We will continue with the second part, with the next part. What is the changes that seen in the body structure of the male and female? We will study in the next lecture. So तब तक के लिए नमस्ते.